Man, I wish I was as nice as John Candy, but I'm not, so here we are. Undusted Letters from the Past. Another cozy game for girls. Oh, it's one of these restore and recover type things. Got the blit filter on everything, pixel textures, a mix of very clean vector UI. Okay, Undusted Letters from the Past is a casual game. Casual? They didn't call it cozy? In which you clean and restore dirty items. What is her story as she returns to a long neglected house? Enjoy the satisfying audiovisuals featuring sensually designed sounds and graphics. Came out on the 13th of October from 5 Min Lab Corporation and Toge Productions. Kind of an unpacking vibe here, is what I'm getting. Do you discover that you're actually a lesbian who was abandoned by her mother? Maybe. They want 13 bucks for this, and I think I get it. Adora returns home after her mother's passing. Okay, the mom died. I mean, in a way, you abandon people when you split to death. She starts to clean long neglected items inside the family home and discovers the story. Virtual ASMR. All right. There's a touching story. Will she be able to finally understand her mother after her passing, dealing with grief? I'm doing that. My brother passed this year, and he was a huge fan of Star Trek. And so I'm watching all the series to honor him. And yeah, it's been an interesting process. We weren't close, but he was my brother, and it's just sad. You just got to deal with it. But there are some things you can't heal from. There is no reconciliation. There is no closure. It just sits there and hurts for the rest of your life. It's kind of brutal. Anyways, good luck, Undusted. Spindle. All right. Lo fi pixel art pig game. You're riding on a pig. You magical witch girl fighting bosses with this chunky pixel art. All right. Okay. Looks like a lot of effort was put into it, even if it is a little lo fi for my tastes. Spindle is an old school action adventure about death and the many ways we choose to deal with it. Okay. What the fuck? Are you listening to me, Gavin? Is that what we're talking about here? With your trusty pig by your side, you form a most curious team, embarking on a quest to learn what it truly means to be death. Oh, okay. I'm learning that in Destiny too. Man, Slayer. I looked at the total number of weapon takedowns I've done historically in Destiny 2, and I'm approaching 1 million. That's insane to me to think that I've popped the heads of 1 million aliens. All right, so you are death. Aren't there a bunch of games like this now? Came out on the 13th of October from Wobble Ghost and Deck 13. There is a demo. They want 26 bucks for it. On a fateful day, you awaken in a world that feels utterly foreign to you. You are death? And what's with this pig? Okay. There's dungeons, bosses, and that's it. You can pet the pig and play as it. Explore a beautiful world filled with secrets. Delve into 5 challenging dungeons, from tiny creatures to giant bosses. Every character you meet will develop and change throughout the story. Experience a gripping tale about death and the many ways we choose to deal with it. I don't know. I think I have this new policy. Like, if a game doesn't have the same fidelity as A Link to the Past, and it does this throwback action adventure thing, I'm just not going to bother. But you might like this, and it is here, and there is a demo. Vanquish the Eternal. Is this the same developer as the previous game? They look identical. No, they don't. Okay, what is it though? Is it of Survivor like? What? It's definitely hand drawn, MS Paint style art. Okay. Vanquish the Eternal is an arcade inspired skill based action game with meta progression. Not like 99% of games. As All Hallows Eve descends, the King of the Damned rises to claim your soul. You have one chance to defeat evil itself. So we go from being death itself to defeating evil itself. Great. Came out on the 10th of October, just in time for Halloween, from Wilhelm G Studios, self published. How many studios do you have, Wilhelm G? They want 780 for it. I guess that's reasonable. The second game by solo developer Wilhelm G, slowly building their empire. Great. There's deep lore. On the eve of October's 30th and 1st, when All Hallows Eve falls upon the land, there doth arose from the bowels of the earth creatures most vile and twisted, fiends of dread and darkness. These abominations they shift and change, cloaking themselves in the semblance of man. Yet their hearts are naught but foul, in search of the strongest among the living, those whom the king of the damned seeks to ensnare, to draw forth power most profane. All right, Shakespeare. There's 8 playable, fully voiced characters. Wow, featuring John Brake's Bad News. Who's that? As the alchemist. I don't know. I guess I'm out of the loop with this one. 21 new game plus difficulties, abilities, talent trees, buffs, 62 achievements, and a compendium of lore. There's mild cartoon pixel fighting, lore detailing how the creatures of the underworld became so mutilated. No gore in game, just creepy pixel creatures. Don't you know sex and gore is what sells video games, Wilhelm? Well, congratulations on your second solo project. Maybe this one should have stayed in the trunk. I don't know. It looks competent, but I got other games to play. Van Wheel Gone. Okay. So you're a van with legs? That's kind of unique. 69. What's that all about? Where are you, by the way? Another game where you're in purgatory? This looks actually kind of interesting. It looks like somebody put some effort into it and pushed the creative envelope a little bit. I'm curious. You're a van with like a big spike on the top, wandering through liminal landscapes. Huh. Van Wheel Gone is an adventure platformer where you guide an orange van through 9 surreal hellscapes to recover its stolen wheels using strange powers like scissors, headlights, time control, and even flight in a bizarre underworld. Came out on the 8th of September from Zengyu Ye? From Yay, self-published. They wanted, well, it's normally $9, but it's $1.80 right now, a month after release. 80% off. Wow, that's sad. That's so sad. Embark on a surreal journey through 9 unique hellish environments. Scissors, headlights, clock, and flight ability. A mix of exploration, light combat, and quirky storytelling. Are you ready to roll into hell and then come home? I do that every morning. It's called the Discovery Queue. Yeah, I actually think I'm probably going to buy this after the queue. Just because it sounds like Zengyu is a little desperate. I mean, I can afford that. That's like, you can either get 3 copies of this game or buy a Starbucks latte. Ryun HD. Okay, throwback boomer shooter with the pixel filter. Very weird mix of 3D material textured stuff and 2D pixel sprites. Oh man, this game goes all over the place. What does it just get worse as you go along? What the hell? And you can design your own levels with the Neko engine. Okay. Yeah, bizarre. Ryun HD is a remake of my minimalist boomer shooter Ryun, rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5. Why didn't you take full advantage of Unreal Engine 5 and actually do it properly? It keeps the fast, combo driven gameplay of the original, but now features modern visuals, smoother controls, updated audio, and tighter gunplay. Ryun Classic and the 2D and 3D level editors are included. Came out on the 3rd of June from Flump Studios, self-published. It's free for some fucking reason. The original is included. Level editors work 100% free. No ads, no microtransactions, no DRM. No stealing the crypto out of my wallet. Can you promise me that? I don't know. It's all open source apparently. There's bonuses for finishing the levels quickly. Ammo is shared across multiple weapons. Use a single-barreled shot. Okay, it's like actually explaining to you how to play a boomer shooter. You know who you're talking to. You're talking to the original boomer who was shooting. How do I make and share my own levels? You can find detailed tutorials on GitHub. And all in-game music by GTD Studio, aka Palrom, licensed under the OGA BY 3.0. All right. Well, interesting. I just don't trust free stuff anymore, but you might. Zalos Conquest. All right. What is this now? Furry stuff. What are you, little purple cat people? No, is it a tower defense? What is it exactly? Forgive me, Your Majesty, but I speak the truth. The aliens attack with a fierce metallic army. We didn't stand a chance. Going back to the Egyptian times. I don't know what this is. There's something kind of charming about it, but still. Awaken, my Zalos. The Venetian Empire calls for you. Conquer Earth against the Egyptians and Romans with our robotic might. As sci-fi meets medieval in a top-down side-scroller war. Would it even be a war? Wouldn't you just walk over the primitive, bro, and just glass it from orbit? What are we talking about here? Came out on the 26th of July from Soul Wolf X. Yeah, I figured that someone named Soul Wolf X would have been responsible for this look. There was something about it. I was like, yeah, this is made by a Redditor or somebody. Terminally Online X user. Published by Theatric Games. It's free. Uh-huh. Is it? Imagine a reality where strange metallic beings suddenly fall from the sky with strange deadly weapons, and all you can defend yourself with are swords and bows. This unknown and powerful threat is something Egypt and the Roman Empire must soon face. Yeah, all right. There's 3 levels, 2 classes, high quality voice acting, cutscenes with voice acting dialogue. Why do people think anybody gives a shit about this? Like, seriously, it's got nothing to do with the game. The goal of this is to bring a short but memorable experience as you play in a spare hour or lunch break. Bro, I don't have any more spare hours left in whatever time I have left on this planet. I'm sorry. Casey Noir and Carved Pumpkins Latte. What the hell? Detective game with furries? Oh, God. I mean, kudos for the art style, for sure. Absolutely. Fight against the machines. Rage against the machines, bro. What's this? A point and click whodunit murder mystery visual novel set in a gothic hotel on top of a lonely hill during the night of Halloween? I guess that's what it is. They're asking me. Like, I don't know. You tell me. Came out on the 1st of October from Nick Ruse and Friends, self published. It's free. Okay, pretty self explanatory. You're in the mood for a short, 2 hour long, visually heavy mystery game that's just right for the autumn season. Why not give this a try? Why not charge money for it? Because that would allay most of my suspicions. Step into the shoes of Casey Noir, an immortal, shadowy detective who was invited to a Halloween party at a gothic hotel. Unfortunately, the reunion was cut short when one of the guests was murdered. It's a murder mystery. Investigate and figure it out. Well, outside of the depictions of murder scenes, most of it is just characters talking about said murders with some implication of suicidal behavior. But there is no depiction or case of suicide. Not yet, anyways. And good luck with your game. I See Me. All right. What is this now? You're a little kid on a 3D platformer. You've got some kind of buddy with you. Is this a dog with a fez? What is this thing behind you? Very dreamlike, very soft looking. Interesting. Overcome the trials by relying on your partner's sights, a 3D co op game that goes beyond common sense. Enjoy unique gameplay based on sights in I See Me. Oh, is this another one where your partner has to guide you? We saw one of those yesterday with a car driving. Was it yesterday or the day before? But okay, is this going to be the new genre now? Co op, like yell at your partner to do the right thing? It's Marriage. That's what that is. Came out on the 25th of September from iBridge, self published. There is a demo and it's free. Little Hojin sets out to rescue Mimi, who is beyond the Rainbow Bridge. This isn't a simple rescue story. A very special ordeal awaits them. I have a feeling a bunch of these games are just indie developers dealing with loss. Is this loss? Yes, it is. They must see the world through each other's eyes. That's why cooperation is essential. I still don't really fully understand. Trust each other, have the occasional mental breakdown, and overcome obstacles. Again, it is marriage. Brain, voice, and hands are fully operational. Beating a level without communication, impossible. Left, no right, jump, jump. Yeah, this is gonna be a new genre. It's gonna be a 2 player co-op, couch co-op, where one person is sort of responsible for navigation and the other person navigates, which is good if you have a partner who doesn't play video games and can't handle a controller. It'll be perfect. That's something that a lot of people take for granted. A lot of gamers take for granted is how complex the modern game controller is. Never mind mouse and keyboard. But if you take a look at your standard Xbox or PlayStation controller, there's like 50 inputs on the fucking thing. And giving that to somebody who's never handled more than a mouse with two buttons, you're asking a lot. All right, a small glimmer of hope amidst trials, the memory fragments and hidden stories, blah blah blah. Good, cool. Look at the rise of the new genre. Abrasion. All right, what's this? The blit filter on everything. It's got some sort of outsider art, two tone, lo fi, horror, a little bit of stalker in it, maybe. Is this Russian? You are an enslaved oilborn, not an oilborn. The facility sends you to harvest blood from overgrown brains in the depth of this ancient megastructure. Search for secrets and uncover forgotten lore in this exploration focused horror game. Came out on the 31st of July, just in time for Halloween, from Studio Leia. Self published, they want 10.50 for it. And it's about 90 minutes. Dynamic stalking AI monster, interconnected world, diverse items, deep world building, and unsettling story. Intended for mature audiences, contains disturbing themes and intense moments. A relentless stalking entity that chases the player through environments, high tension escape sequences with limited resources, decaying corpses, and unsettling biological growths. That's like my back. Bloodstains, brutalist megastructure with oppressive claustrophobic spaces, psychological dread, flickering lights, distant whispers, and unpredictable sound design. Environmental storytelling with implied violence and tragic lore. Syringe based mechanics extracting fluids from grotesque organisms. Jump scares, rare but impactful audio visual shocks, sudden bangs, and machinery activating. I feel like this mature content description spoiled the entire game. I love that now that you need to do these disclaimers. Just basically detail every possible disturbing thing that could exist in the content. Like, what happened to just discovering it and dealing with it? I don't know. Softening us up. Interesting. No demo, no sale. Tiempo. Okay. What is this? Co op slop? What is this exactly? You have like ghosts of your character. This is halfway decent 3D art. Kind of a weird UI. Steam-o-meter. You're like a explorer dude in a clock tower or something. It's the third person 3D platforming. Climb a towering clockwork spire in this 3D platformer. Use time pausing and rewinding powers to overcome traps, puzzles, and enemies as you race to stop your rival from freezing time forever. Came out on the 3rd of October. Oh, it's a Vancouver Film School joint. My old alma mater. Uh-huh. I mean, this actually looks unique. Compared to yesterday's Vancouver Film School offering, which was basically just a shitty shooter, this actually looks like it might have some interesting mechanisms in it. I'm just going to straight up try this out today. Uh-huh. So what's the big mechanic here? Use your unique time powers, pause to halt traps mid-motion, rewind to undo mistakes, and manipulate mechanisms like moving platforms to solve puzzles and outmaneuver enemies. Cool, little Prince of Persia. With every floor of the tower, new challenges emerge, and yeah, I'll check that out later. Cool. I think you can trust Vancouver Film School's products not to steal your crypto. One of the few. Blast Rush LS. Okay, what does the LS stand for? Low serotonin? Okay, it's a chunky pixel art shmup, shoot 'em up, and it's very narrow. Can you play it in portrait mode if you have a monitor set up that way? I actually finally have a portrait mode monitor after many years, and playing shmups on it is awesome. Ever played a difficult shmup wishing for just one more bomb? Blast to your heart's content in Blast Rush LS, a fresh explosive experience with infinite bombs, other powerful abilities, and extra challenges that demand more than just big booms. Escaping an exploding mothership isn't easy after all. Came out on the 21st of August from Bipedal Dog, published by indie.io. They want $13 for it. There is no demo, unfortunately. So the whole mechanism here is you have infinite bombs. And you can usually set that in most shmups that allow you to change the modifiers before you play. A refreshing feature-packed take on shoot 'em ups asked if what if bomb but way too much. Take on 41 intense levels, and there's a randomizer, 16-bit style graphics. Is it though? Explore the library to check out game development notes. That's always fascinating. And the full original version of Blast Rush is included. I don't even recall Blast Rush. There it is, though, if you want it. Astro Haulers. All right, baby's first space game. Wait, hold on. Fern Sprout Studios. Again, how many studios do you have? When you call yourself studios, the implication is that you're like a global operation, like you've got one in Tokyo and one in LA. Is that what you're trying to tell us? You're worldwide, and this is the best you can come up with. All right, weird mix of pixel densities. Not sure exactly. Is it like a logistics sort of thing, setting up conveyances between space bases? I'm not sure exactly. Astro Haulers is a sci fi package management game that challenges you to build and expand your delivery network across the galaxy. I was close. Came out on the 2nd of September from Fern Sprout Studios, self published. It is free for some reason. Baby's first game, maybe one that should have stayed in the trunk. I don't know. Deliver packages, strategize your routes, achieve high scores, or watch your network descend into chaos. Or do none of the above and get on with your life. That's what we're going to do. 19,151 games have been viewed. You have yourself a fantastic day.